Hey guys, just a quick one for the Crime in Japan playlist. Japanese police cars come in a range of shapes and sizes, but one very common thing with the Japanese police car is the light is almost always flashing. So if the car's being used, if there's a policeman in it or if there's a policeman nearby it, the red light will be flashing. So it takes some getting used to when you first start driving in Japan, because it's not uncommon for a police car to come up behind you with its red lights flashing, and you don't need to do anything if it does that. If it sounds its siren, or if they speak to you on the PA system like they do, like they've done on some of the other videos I've made, you've seen that. Of course, then you have to move, but it's not uncommon for them just to come up behind you like that with the red lights going, and you don't have to do anything. They're just driving around. So it's just what they do. And from the point of view, you know, I had 20 years chasing bad guys, and in most countries, you know, there's a time and place for flashing lights for police cars, but usually, I mean, these guys are parked up on a main road there, looking out for goings on, I guess. But, you know, parked up there with the lights flashing. And this is the sort of thing that they'll do. So the lights are almost always flashing. So it's sort of like they see the police car as being a deterrent to crime. Whereas in other countries, law enforcement usually want to try and catch people committing crime, as well as being a deterrent too, of course. But one of the main motivations for law enforcement in other countries is to catch criminals. Whereas in Japan, the focus seems to be on deterring criminals by having a high profile. But it is sort of funny. I mean, one of my friends and I joke about this, that, you know, the cops come back at the end of the night and say, you know, any crime tonight? No, didn't see a thing. Because you can imagine, from the bad guy's point of view, if you're about to do something wrong or you are doing something wrong, you see these guys coming from a mile away. So if you're doing something wrong, you'd stop it until these guys drove away, and then you'd continue, I guess. So, I mean, you guys know from the other videos I've made, I've got total respect for Japanese police. All the Japanese police I've encountered have been very, very professional and very, very pleasant. But this is just one aspect of Japanese policing that's sort of amusing to some of us. Here's actually an unmarked Japanese police car. It's a plain white sedan. The light actually pops up from a little door, a little hatchway in the roof, and the red light pops up through that. And quite often they drive around on the highways, and you wouldn't know that they're a police car, but these guys are just driving down the road at, you know, the speed limit or less, just cruising, going somewhere, no hurry, and they've got their red light flashing on the roof. So, yeah, I'm sure there's law enforcement guys all around the world watching this, scratching their heads, going, WTF? As we say on YouTube, WTF? More videos coming soon.